Okay. The next episode, March 3rd, 2004. And then they took like a month and a half off after this one.
Wow.
Um, this one's written and directed by Stephen S. DeKnight, who's been with Buffy. Wrote for Buffy for seasons 5 and 6, and now Angel for seasons 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is his best work on either show.
I'd have to
Um,
look at it.
yeah. He all right. This aired the same opposite Kingdom Hospital. You familiar with Kingdom Hospital?
Never
All
heard
right.
of that.
Well, The Kingdom was a foreign miniseries written and directed by Lars von Trier.
Well,
And then they adapted it for American audience. I think Stephen King actually adapted it, and they changed the title to Kingdom Hospital.
he got the king in there. I didn't know he adapted stuff.
He rarely does, but I think he was a big fan of that Lars von Trier thing.
And I didn't know Lars wrote stuff that he handed off. Is that what happened?
No, he wrote and directed it. It was a two TV miniseries. There's The Kingdom and The Kingdom 2.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's cool. You know what I recently heard the other day or saw the other day? Che, the Steven Soderbergh, like the two-part thing.
Hmm.
I, I never knew like that was that good. And then I saw some take that's like that was like his best movie. And I was like, what, really? And then I was like reading about it and I was like, well,
I disagree
maybe
with
I guess we
that.
should cover it. You disagree with it? Obviously, you gave him both a four, both parts of it.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
Let's do
But
it. That'd be fun though. Che. It wasn't on my
does
list.
that count for the fucking franchise? They came out like the same day. Like it was supposed to be a double feature.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Would like Nymphomaniac part
Yeah, yeah.
volume one and two count? I
I
don't
don't
know. I saw that the other day. I was like, let's do Che. That'd be
I've
cool.
never seen Nymphomaniac.
That's crazy.
It's on my list.
You should have been there night day one.
I know a Lars von Trier movie called Nymphomaniac. How have I not seen
With
that?
Stellar Skateboard, that's your jam.
And Charlotte Gainsbourg.
Oh, I thought it was Rampling, honestly.
Oh,
So I was
might be.
wrong.
Maybe, I don't know. Um, all right, the number one movie in America is, of course, The Passion of the Christ. It did huge business that weekend. It defeated number three, Twisted, which was a Ashley Judd movie. I think I've seen it. I barely remember anything about it. Dirty Dancing Havana Nights also came out, debuting at number five,
Covered by
and
you and Henry.
covered by Henry and I, yeah. And then Club Dread, which was the Broken Lizard comedy troupe's follow up to Super Troopers.
Hmm.
Um, and
Mixed things about Super Troopers, so I never seen it.
I think Club Dread's kind of better than Super Troopers. Yeah.
Didn't they
Um,
remake Super Troopers?
no, but they made a sequel, Super Troopers 2, so we could cover that.
Oh shit. That's
Hmm.
crazy.
I never saw the sequel. I always
What
thought the first one was kind of overrated.
yeah, that's what I've heard. What is it? What if we did wait, is there a Starship Troopers sequel? What if we did Super Troopers before Starship
I
Troopers?
love that.
That'd be
Starship
crazy.
Troopers, there were two direct to video sequels.
Okay, we could do a
Starship
S
Troopers
Troopers.
2, Hero of the Federation, and Starship Troopers 3, Marauder, neither of which I've ever seen.
That'd be fun then.
They're directed by the guy who was like the visual effects director on the first one.
Okay. Both of them?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do it.
Okay. Um, all right, Shells. Go ahead.
Shells. Should have been about taco shells.
Should
Or,
it have?
I don't know. Do you prefer a hard taco or a soft taco?
Good question, Logan. I prefer a hard taco.
Yeah. See, when I was a little younger, I would have said a soft taco. But now I would say probably hard taco. Do you like beef or chicken? I'm a
Beef.
beef guy.
Yeah.
I don't like chicken for like that type of stuff. All right. So Fred, she's now Illyria. It's crazy shit happening. But Wesley is right behind her to swing an
No,
axe.
I like Wesley though when he tries to get her attention. He says, "Fred, Fred," and then he realizes it gets real dark and he says, "Illyria."
Yep. Fred's
Yeah.
not here anymore. It's Illyria. And so he swings the axe, and then we go to a commercial break, and then we come
Yeah.
back, and the axe breaks on her
He's trying
head.
to cut her head off.
Yeah, it was crazy.
If he succeeded, that would have been two girlfriends in 2 years that Wesley had to decapitate.
Oh man, I forgot that he cut off Lila's head.
Yeah.
Damn. I love that he had that moment with Cordelia where he was like, I don't blame you for that.
Mhm.
That was so nice. And then she said, You're the best in the business, Wesley, on his way down the elevator. Man. All right. So the angel
I think
says,
that's your favorite episode.
I
That's
think it
really
is
the
too.
number one.
I think it is too. It brings back the most emotion. Angel, this is where he says that being dead, that's not really the end, typically in our world. So who knows what's gonna happen.
He even references Buffy.
Yeah, I think he mentioned a few people, and then he says, and Buffy.
Hmm.
So yeah, I got it very excited. And so Harmony comes in. She says, Are we beating up Knox? Can I join? Gun?
Yeah.
That'll be fun. And Wesley, this is where we learned the title of the episode. Wesley says, There's nothing left but a shell. That's crazy. Talking about her body is just like her
Mhm.
shell. That's nuts. And Wesley, I thought this was fun. They gave Wesley the line, Let's call Willow. That's his wife in real life. Wasn't that had to be intentional? Let's give you the
Probably.
line. Anyone could
Probably.
have said that,
Yeah.
but it was Wesley. And then Illyria breaks in and like drags Knox out of the office and takes him down to the lab. And she says,
Because he's the Quahazan.
Quahazan. Great job.
Mhm.
Great job. Quahazan. That's so cool. Whoever came up with that should have gotten a little raise, a little bonus. And then she takes her clothes off and it gives a fun reaction. And then she puts on a leather little action suit on. And I loved this line. This is probably my favorite line of the episode. Angel says to Giles, talking to Giles on the phone, well, is there any way to get her astral over to LA?
That is my least favorite line of the episode.
That was so dumb. But I liked it. I liked it. I think Angel, no, we already said Wesley would be the MVP of this one, but Angel is just so good. Like David Boreanaz is so Angel at every
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Um, I didn't like Gunn in this episode, but we'll get to a point here
Oh,
where,
you skipped the part in the hole in the world where he says, "Let's get cracking," and Fred goes, "Let's get cracking." He's such an old fogey.
yeah, you really like that. He's the best though. But Wesley, so he apologizes to Gunn, like, I'm sorry, like I've been like hard on you and mean to you this whole time or whatever. And then Gunn like accepts his apology or whatever. Gunn's like really trying to get emotional, and I'm not sure I bought it. Well, Wesley
Well,
was better at selling it.
I think Gunn is worried about his own ass at this point. He knows that it's his fault that uh
Hmm.
sarcophagus was able to be released from customs. Like if not for him going to get his like
He
lawyer.
doesn't know that yet, does he? I think he finds
Yes,
that
he
out when the
does.
guy shows him the paper.
Yeah, I don't know. I he knows when he's talking to Knox. He knows
Yeah.
when he goes to get that lawyer brain back. If he never does that, Fred doesn't die.
Yeah, I know you're right. That yeah, it is crazy.
So he's kind
Selfish.
of trying to protect his ass the whole episode. But
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that originally.
yeah,
Um, so Illyria, this is when she puts on her new suit. Oh, this was crazy. She has this power where she can slow down time.
yeah.
That was nuts. She throws Angel through the window at Wolfram and Hart, and then she like escapes with Knox as he's falling out. I love that shot. They walk outside as he's falling down the
Yeah.
window. That was exciting stuff. And Gunn, he starts naming characters that deal with time, like moving fast. He mentions Barry Allen. I know him. He's the Flash. I don't know who this guy is. Jay Garrick. Who's he?
Also the Flash.
Oh, two flash. There's two Flashes.
There are three Flashes, and every Gun references them all right here.
Oh, these are all the Flashes.
Yeah.
I knew there were multiple like Green Lanterns. I didn't know there were multiple Flashes. He says Wally, and then he gets cut off. That's the other Flash.
Wally West, yeah.
Wally
It's
West.
Jay Garrick was the original Flash, and he's like in like the 40s or whatever. And then Barry Allen's like the Silver Age Flash, like
And he was over with the crowd.
he
People
was
loved him.
the probably the most famous Flash, and then he dies during like Crisis on Infinite Earths in the 80s or whatever, and then Wally West takes the mantle of the Flash.
Wally West is too stupid. When are you gonna
That's
read through all
the kind
DC?
of thing. That's the kind of thing it never occurred to me was stupid, just because I've read it my entire life.
The other ones sound cool. Barry Allen, Jay Garrick, those are pretty cool. But Wally West, I
Wally
don't know about
West,
that.
and he was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, but when am I gonna? It's occurred to me that I should read all of DC, and if I ever finish Marvel, I might do that.
Have you read some DC? Like a
I've
lot
read.
of sections of it?
I used to read DC very regularly. I
Were you
mean,
always more Marvel, or did that happen when
I
the
was
movies
always
came out?
more Marvel. No. I was always more Marvel, but I
No, no, no,
always
no.
yeah. But I always read, like, I had my favorite. Like, always read the Batman comics, always read the Superman comics, always read um Green Arrow. I'm a big Green Arrow guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Who else
then,
is even in DC? I can't think of
well, it's the Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman.
Cyborg.
Fucking
He's cool.
booyah.
That's Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
No, he
Uh
says like my man or something.
my man, that's right.
You ever read him?
Who?
Aquaman.
I've read a little Aquaman. I've actually read quite a bit of Cyborg because I used to read Teen Titans, and he was
Oh,
a
right,
member
right.
of that.
There used to be a
Yeah,
show, an animated show on like
yeah,
Disney XD
yeah.
or something like that.
But yeah, I read, like, there were so many I read like all the Robin solo comics and Nightwing and
Wow,
whatever.
Robin.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I would read Robin. He doesn't seem like exciting solo comic guy. What does he even
Well,
do on his own? I didn't know he did stuff on his own.
yeah, he's got all his own storylines and shit. He's going to boarding
Does he really
school.
fight people, fight villains on his own?
Yes.
He's that powerful?
Well, he's not super powerful, but he can like take care of some shit.
He has gadgets like Batman.
He's got a few.
Like he has a zip line.
Yeah, he has a zip line.
I don't know Robin that well. When are we gonna get a new Robin? We haven't had Robin in a while since Joseph Gordon-Levitt attempted it, right?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt wasn't even Robin. I think he was
A little
supposed to be
bit.
like the next Batman.
Well, they said go by your real name,
I
Robin.
know Robin, yeah.
We haven't
But
had one though since. Oh no, Michael Cera in the Lego Batman movie, right?
yeah, I don't know. Like, DC has been trying to be so cool for so long, and Robin is just an inherently uncool character. So like,
But now Gunn.
I don't know. I can see James Gunn doing something with it, but also like Batman's kind of tied up with like the Matt Reeves movies now, which are still trying to be really cool.
True, he's still our Batman. Those were the
Yeah,
same world
I
or
don't
what? I don't
know.
remember.
I don't know.
I really don't know because we don't have Batman in the new Superman movie. I don't know. Is
Well,
that out? I feel like new Jurassic Park came out. There's so many new franchise movies that just came
yeah,
out.
we gotta do it.
I don't
Oh
think Superman's
shit!
out
Let's
yet.
hurry up. It's starting to rain.
Oh shit. That's bad. All right, so Gunn, oh, I started doing that. We find Knox's phone. We look at his missed calls. Anything there? Probably not. Gunn says, "Leave me a vegetable. Save Fred's life." That was crazy. Um, Wesley says, "Is there something you'd like to tell me, Charles?" And then he figures it out, and then he stabs him. I thought he was dead, but then
Did
he's still alive.
Did you
How
skip the part where Wesley just shoots that guy?
we can get to that part. But how does Gunn come back from this?
Well, he ends up in the hospital.
No, no, no. Like mentally, like how are you gonna be interact with Wesley?
Yeah. Well,
That
the
can't be a thing going forward.
the next episode is very
Oh no.
gun heavy.
You don't have to cover us. We're not getting rained on.
The computer is.
Oh, right. Oh, duh. Sorry. Illyria. Are we just gonna skip ahead in the episode?
No,
Uh,
no, no. I want to give this one it's full.
oh, okay. Um, I like that where we kill. Yeah, we kill Knox. Was it Wesley? Wesley just shoots Knox.
Oh, well, that's a different thing. I was meaning like there's like a dude, like just a Wolfram Hart employee who comes to
Oh
Wesley's
yeah, he shoots
office
him in
at
the
one
knee.
point and is like, the whole company can't be working the Winifred Burkle case, and he just shoots him in the leg and says like, whoever's not working on the Winifred Burkle case better fucking come to my office right now. I'm
Right,
gonna
that was
fucking
good.
cap your ass.
I think I actually skipped over that part.
Yeah.
Um, and then, like Illyria does the time thing again, and then Angel has like a stone from the sarcophagus, and he's able to stop her from doing the time
Yeah, but yeah,
thing.
Wesley does kill Knox also. Like, don't
Hmm.
give that the short shrift. That's
And then I
just
loved the part. So Knox's dead body is there, and Illyria like kicks it at Wesley.
yeah,
That was a great part of the episode. And so Illyria goes through a portal, and Wesley follows her through the portal, and Illyria is like looking at this like broken statue. I thought that looked cool. It probably wasn't like a. I doubt they do matte paintings anymore, but it looked like something that would have been in Star Wars, possibly from the
yeah.
'70s, not the prequels. And then she's like all sad, like my people are all gone. Or no, she says my world is gone, and then Wesley says, "Now you know how I feel." Is the line
Mm,
talking about Fred? Very sad. And then he like turns around, and Illyria's gone. So we'll see more of that later on. We go back to Wolfram and Hart. Spike is like, "I'm over this. Send me somewhere else." Oh, I didn't know what was going on there, honestly. Um, Illyria. Oh, they talk again. She shows up. So
yeah, she
Wesley.
shows up at Wolfram and Hart, and she's like, "You're still mourning this person?"
Oh right,
And Wesley's like, "Yes, that's how it works." Um, Illyria's like trying to navigate,
life without her people.
yeah, and sort of being in a human form,
Yeah.
and she asks Wesley, like, what is there to even live for? And
Oh, I wrote
he's
all this down. This was sort of
yeah,
crazy.
this was a great I love this moment from Wesley.
Yeah, she says. Uh, yeah, she says, "Is there anything in this life but grief?" And I was like, "Huh." Well, let me think for a second. There's love and there's hope. And then Wesley what says, "There's love, there's hope." I was like, "Oh shit." No, just kidding. I didn't really think that. But if love, I really was. That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, "Yeah, sure, there's love." But then that ends in grief. So, oh, maybe you're onto something there. But he says, "There's love, there's hope for some. There's hope that you'll find something worthy, that your life will lead you to some joy, that after everything, you can still be surprised." And then she says, "Is that enough? Is that enough to live on?" And then like a song comes on
There's no
by
answer. Yeah, Wesley doesn't know, honestly.
yeah, no reply to that.
Hmm.
Very profound moment. Did you like this song, "A Place Called Home" by Kim Ritchie?
Yeah, it's all right. I don't know who Kim Ritchie is. I did look that up, and I still don't really know who that is. But
Yeah, it was
um,
sweet.
yeah, it was
It
it's a
fit,
nice song. Yeah,
matched the scene very well. And then we see another flashback of Fred leaving Texas, getting in her car, driving away.
yeah.
Do we know what part of Texas she's from? I would say like San Antonio.
I'll bet you she mentions it and spin the bottle.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Damn. Or Fredless when her parents show up.
Yeah,
We
could
drove
be.
all the way down from Houston. That's my bullet impression.
It's pretty good.
That was pretty good, honestly. All right, that was Shells. I liked it one spot less. You liked it one spot more. That's fine. And the MVP goes to Wesley, played by Alexis Denisof. And the LVP, Harmony's here. Do we go Harmony? No, she wanted to fight Knox. That was kind of fun. Is Knox the LVP? His last
Yeah,
episode?
fuck you, Knox.
No, his reaction to the seeing naked Fred was pretty funny. I'm gonna go honestly that doctor. I thought in the long scene with Gunn, he didn't hold up. Like having to do so many lines of dialogue and like
I
and
thought
just
he was
react to
better
Gunn
the
talking.
previous time where he like called Gunn a thug or whatever.
Oh, you think he got better?
No, I liked him more in that previous episode.
Oh, you liked when he called him a thug.
Yeah,
Did he really call him that? That's crazy. I don't remember that.
he was like, you were just some street tough or
Street
something. I don't.
tough. Damn.
Yeah.
He's Mark Van, plays Dr. Sparrow. He doesn't die or anything, I don't think. By the way, can I say something?
Please.
I don't know if this is right, but Gary Grubbs, who is Bullet, he's credited here as Roger Burkle, but uncredited. When I saw the end of the episode, you can see Mom sort of down at the end of the driveway. You can't
I
see
had this.
Dad.
You can. He's in
Well,
the background on like the porch,
but you can't see his
and
face, and that's
it
not him, I don't
doesn't
think.
really look like Gary Grubbs.
No, I immediately took the
Yeah.
IMDb, honestly. When I saw that, I was like,
Mm.
I don't think so. And I looked and I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong because he is on here uncredited. But
I think they're wrong. I think
yeah,
that's a different dude.
I agree. I'm glad we brought that up because
Mm.
I don't think so. All right, that is Shells. We had a few comments here. We didn't, I'll refresh it, but I don't think oh, we got a comment from Laura here. I might have
No, it's
posted it too
just
late.
Josh,
Yeah, sorry, Laura.
and he hated this shit.
No way.
Yeah, I read his comments already.
Well, here he goes. He says, one, everyone's acting weird today. Spike got all dramatic. Wesley shot a guy. Did that happen in the second episode? In the first episode, did he shoot the guy in the knee? And
That's
then the
when
second,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
we skipped that totally.
Mhm.
Wesley shot a guy. Lauren punched Eve in the face. Yeah, we forgot to mention that, which fair enough. Damn. Fred is incredible. What's that book Wesley's reading to Fred? We got into it. The princess, little princess, whatever.
Yeah.
Shit. Is Fred really dead? Are we just killing all the women on this show? Literally, that was my first reaction too. Like Josh shows up and just has to kill off Cordelia and Fred. What is up with this guy? They're the two that rejected him. You can tell.
Oh God, no. He's very close to Amy Acker,
I
actually.
know, but that was
Yeah.
that was honestly my reaction. I was like, "What the fuck is this guy's issue?" But then it all came into play. This episode was intense and really great. I just kind of wish it hadn't been so soon after the whole Jasmine thing. Just too many similarities. They probably think so too. They were forced into it by the CW or whoever.
It was WB at the time.
WB. So they planned this out for next season. Maybe that wouldn't be too soon, but they had to do it this season. Yeah, it's a fair.
Everything in this last half of this season feels a little rushed.
But it's not their fault. It's hard to blame them.
No, it's true. Like both episodes we're gonna watch next week could have been arcs, and they are
Yeah.
episodes.
That's kind of this show's not problem, but it's an interesting thing about this show. I feel like it could have been 10 seasons long. Two, electrical spasms channeled into her function system. I'm out. Damn. So that's his swords and armor.
Right,
Electrical spasms channeling into function systems. That's tough. Was that a line they said? Electrical
I don't
spasms?
remember.
That's crazy. We're gonna rehabilitate this ancient unrelated demon god. I don't know, guys. Have we seen the end of Good Angel plot lines? Josh, this is fair.
And yet it's one of my favorite Angel plot lines.
I sort of agree with Josh, but I don't want to criticize too much. But I'm feeling what you're
Criticize if you
feeling.
want. Really?
I didn't love the Illyria stuff. Did super not interest me. But it's hard to blame them because they had to do the whole season in 6 episodes, 8 episodes, whatever.
Maybe you'll come around on it.
I'm sure I will by the end. The show hasn't let me down yet. Even when I've been like, whiffy, they brought me back. So thank you, Josh.
Next week is I missed breakfast. Next week is it's okay, it's fine. Episode 17 of season 5, Underneath. And episode 18, which is called Origin.
Whoa, how have we not had an origin yet on Buffy or Angel? No episode called Origin.
Well, we had Becoming. That's sort of.
We're gonna learn Lindsay's origin. That's my prediction for Origin. I don't have one for the other one. All right. Well, anything else, Daniel?
No,
the listeners are going to enjoy this great song by
Kim Ritchie.
No.
What?
What's Lindsay's name?
Oh God.
They should record a duet, like Kristen, a real duet.
Kane.
Yeah. Blood is delicious.
Yum.